Get ready for Double J's Electronics Reviews, and today we're featuring the 60-inch Smart 3D Plasma TV from Samsung. So with 4K TVs and LED TVs taking over the market, Plasma has now become a thing of the past, and they are going to be on complete liquidation. So you can pick up one of these models for $8.99 right now for a 60-inch Plasma. And it has smart and 3D features on a old style plasma screen. With plasma, you get very quick refresh rates. You can see that extra lip on the TV. There's your 3D glass. You can see that edge around it. TV has a very thin bezel. It's definitely not as bright as the new LEDs, but it has a very warm CRT feel to it. Great natural picture. So in the back we have 2 USB ports, 3 HDMIs, an IR extender, which you can connect to your cable box and then control it with your Samsung remote. It only came with one remote, but I did order a second remote online just because it had the great features like play, rewind, pause, 3D, the numbers, as opposed to the remote it came with. You have to activate the on-screen menu, which can get pretty annoying at times. So I prefer the one button hit. TV does not have Bluetooth, but it does support a Bluetooth mouse or keyboard. That's a mouse, not mouth. When logged into Wi-Fi, it does have an on-screen guide, which is very helpful, especially if you have an antenna. But it will not replace your traditional cable box. It just can't scan the codes on it. And it's a bit slow and sluggish, so if you're using an antenna, it's a great feature, but if you're just using a cable box, it really doesn't do you much good. It has picture-in-picture, but the only way to turn it on is to go into the menu and turn it on manually through the menu. So it's not as good as the old school picture-in-picture. And it's not very quick to activate, but it will get the job done in an emergency situation. For instance, 2 major sporting events on at the same time. So it has the Smart Hub menu. So some of the apps actually can work like Chromecast, whereas you can connect to your smart TV like Chromecast, and you can use your device as a remote, much like Chromecast. It's a bit sluggish, and you're better off using your phone, screen mirroring it, and this phone is screen mirroring capable. You want to turn the source onto the screen mirroring, turn the screen mirroring on your device. There's a bit of a delay on the screen mirroring, but for most parts, if your phone's close enough, it works fairly well. So there are some major benefits from buying a Samsung TV if you have a Samsung device, going with a Note 2 or higher. The Samsung Smart View app. You can connect your phone to your Samsung TV with Wi-Fi Direct, which basically just cuts out the middleman and connects the phone's Wi-Fi directly to the TV's Wi-Fi. And with this app, you can play content from your TV to your phone. And it will extend as far as your Wi-Fi, so it's a great feature for being mobile around the house. It has a bit of a delay on it, but that comes naturally. And well worth the price of the TV to have this feature alone. You can also connect Samsung products wirelessly. This soundbar right now is connected to the TV without any connections to the TV. However, it does have HDMI 1.4, which means you can carry sound as well through an HDMI cable out of the source, out of your TV into the source. So an HDMI cable that works both ways. Now it's not 4K, but it does have 3D, which is a great feature. Now you can connect a 3D Blu-ray player, or you can go ahead and use a flash drive or a hard drive. I have not tried a hard drive on this TV, Ultra hard drive would work, as you don't need a power source to use the hard drive. So 3D features, I went ahead and downloaded a few movies. There's quite a selection of 3D movies and 3D content available. So it takes three types of 3D sources. You can transfer 2D into 3D imagery and use the glasses to give it a little bit of depth. You can transfer the traditional two-way 3D side to side together, or the up and down 3D movies. And the TV comes with 2 pairs of these Samsung 3D glasses. They're a little bit flimsy and they do break, so I've already actually broke a pair and picked up another pair for $30. And the majority of movies work really well in 3D. Some of them have really good out-popping depth, some of them have very good in-depth pictures. And one of the things you can do, you can't see it clear unless you're wearing the glasses like I am right now, but in the menu board, you go into the 3D menu feature, and you can change the mode and perspective and depth. You can only change the depth when you're transferring a 2D picture to a 3D picture. But two of the interesting things you can do is if you have a 3D movie, you can turn it back into 3D on this. And sometimes a picture may not look good, so you'll have to swap the left and right image of it, meaning putting one in the front, the other one in the back, or the other one in the back and the other one in the front. With a Blu-ray player, it would do this automatically, but with downloads and other content, you have to make the adjustments yourself. So the 3D works very well on this. Doesn't have NFC, but if you have a Samsung device, it can connect via Wi-Fi Direct, and you can do a lot of DLNA sharing with apps like Samsung Link. And it's always going to have firmware updates. It doesn't have that full update package that you remove from the back. And it only has a dual-core processor, but you're probably not going to be using the hub that much, just because the apps are a little bit limited and they're a little bit sluggish. So it's a lot better to just use your device and screen mirror it, or use it as a remote when you're streaming. It does only have one RF connector, which means only one tuner. And it is only 1080p. So if you're really wanting 4K, this isn't going to be the TV for you, but it is a lot quicker than most of the LED TVs out there. Only an OLED can compare to this speed. And you're going to get a bit of glare off the screen, so make sure you're in a dark environment if you're going to be using this TV. It is plasma and it does reflect. But right now on the market, this is probably the best bang for your buck. Under $1,000 for a 60-inch screen that has smart and 3D features. They are going to be they're going to stop producing plasmas at the end of this year. So the price of these will continue to drop as 4K resolution takes over the market. But if you don't care about 4K, it has just about everything you need in a TV. Great if you're a Samsung user and great value. 2013 Samsung 60-inch plasma smart 3D TV. Get on out there and pick one up.